Here are the top stories for today, November 12, 2019. Senator Tito Sotto finds no point in asking the United States and the United Nations for help in the war on drugs. Malacanang says President Duterte is looking into the possible lifting of martial law in Mindanao. At least 6 soldiers were killed in a bombing by the New People's Army in eastern Samar. And lawmakers promote tourism in their districts in a video blog.
Good day, I am William Theo. Welcome to the PNA Newsroom. Our top story, the country may have little need to consult foreign authorities in waging its war on drugs, according to Senate President Tito Sotto. This even as Vice President Leni Robredo had sought help from the United Nations in shifting the government's anti-drug campaign. Here is Rom Dulfo with the report.
Vice President Leni Robredo met with the UN Office on Drugs and Crime on Monday, days after assuming her post in the Interagency Committee on Anti-Illegal Drugs, or ICAD. Robredo, who had criticized the drug war to the point of proclaiming its failure, is looking into best practices by other countries in combating illegal drugs. She has sought to lower the number of fatalities in anti-drug operations, as well as treat drug addiction as a health issue. But Senate President Vicente Sotto III said it might be pointless for the Philippines to ask for assistance from the UN and the United States for that matter, since they don't know the drug problem in the country. Sotto said the U.S. has its own drug control policy program, where some strategies are patterned on the UN strategy. But as of now, he said the strategies of the UN Office of Drugs and Crime are not quite clear. He said it would be better for agencies and groups not involved with the ICAD not to meddle with the agency's work in such a case. Sotto believed that the Vice President may seek help in research that will benefit the drug war, but as for running the Philippines campaign, the country has little to none to learn from them. Sotto, however, clarified that he is only expressing his personal opinion and has nothing against Robredo's plan, especially if it would be helpful in eliminating the drug problem. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Rom Dulfo.
Malacanang says Vice President Leni Robredo can scrap Oplan Tokhang if she can suggest more effective ways to solve the country's illegal drug problem. Presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo said Robredo can scrap Oplan Tokhang if there are other programs more effective than it because it is within her powers as drug czar. Aside from scrapping Oplan Tokhang, Panelo said the president would allow Robredo to implement other changes in the anti-illegal drug operations. Panelo said the president would allow Robredo to take charge since she is now considered one of his alter egos. When asked if Robredo could submit documents on the drug war to the International Criminal Court, Panelo said they will defer to the vice president what her approach will be. Panelo, however, said should the ICC insist on forcing its jurisdiction over the Philippines to investigate the drug war, it would mean that they are in violation of their own rules. Instead of going on a 3-day break from work, President Rodrigo Duterte will work at home in Davao City, Malacanang said on Monday night. Presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo clarified his earlier announcement that Duterte will take 3 days off from work to rest upon the advice of his doctors, friends, and colleagues. He, however, assured the public that the president knows how to take care of himself amid the demands of pressing work. He said Duterte preferred to work from home away from the distraction due to the number of people who wanted to meet with him in Malacanang. The president has been experiencing pain in his back due to a minor motorcycle accident at the Presidential Security Group compound last October 16. Malacanang has sought for instructors at the Philippine Military Academy to reassess their protocols following the death of a 4th-class cadet who drowned in the academy swimming pool. Presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo said military instructors, especially swimming, should reassess their protocols so that they can provide safety to their trainees. Reports show that Cadet 4th-class Mario Telan was found in the 15-foot deep end of the pool hours after he attended swimming class. Telan was immediately transferred to Fort del Pilar Station Hospital but was declared dead on arrival by the attending physician. Panelo acknowledged that initial findings showed that there was no foul play. However, authorities are looking at the negligence of the instructors. Telan is the third cadet to pass away in a matter of months. Last September 18, Cadet 4th Class Darwin Dormitorio died from injuries from alleged hazing and torture. On October 28, Cadet 2nd Class Cedric Gadia died from esophageal cancer at the Armed Forces of the Philippines Hospital. The Senate has passed the bill allowing the establishment of malasakit centers in government hospitals. The bill aims to establish a one-stop center that offers healthcare assistance. More on these and other news around the metro from Laid Cabagani.
The Senate on Monday passed on the third and final reading a proposed measure seeking the establishment of Malasakit Center in all Department of Health hospitals nationwide and at the Philippine General Hospital. The bill aims to consolidate the government's health-related assistance under one roof. Senator Bongo, the main author and sponsor of the bill, thanked his colleagues for fully supporting the immediate passage of SB 1076. He said the Malasakit Center is one of the solutions the Duterte administration has developed to provide quick and quality access to healthcare to all Filipinos. Meanwhile, the Department of Social Welfare and Development reiterated its appeal to the public to refrain from giving alms to children in the streets. DSWD spokesperson Irene Dumlao said it is dangerous for them to lurk in the streets as they are prone to accidents and other health hazards. The call also applies to homeless individuals and some members of the indigenous peoples group. Dumlao said this is pursuant to anti-medicancy law which prohibits begging or soliciting donation for the poor on the streets. In other news, Associated Labor Union Trade Union Congress of the Philippines said the proposed imposition of taxes on salty foods and ingredients is untimely. The group said the government should find ways to empower workers, particularly by developing healthier, affordable, and accessible alternatives to salty foods. He said, if workers' incomes are increased while healthier and cheaper food choices are made available, then that is when imposing tax on salty food can be considered. The daily minimum wage in the country ranges from 280 to 537 pesos. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Laid Cabagani.
Still to come, Malacanang says President Duterte is looking into the possible lifting of martial law in Mindanao. A member of the Coast Guard is honored for rescuing 51 passengers of a sunken ship in Cebu. More on these when the PNA Newsroom continues.
One of the goals of the Philippine Development Plan is to reduce poverty incidence from 21.6% in 2015 to 14% by 2022. President Rodrigo Roa Duterte's Executive Order No. 24 mandates the Human Development and Poverty Reduction Cluster and its member agencies to effectively deliver social services and poverty reduction strategies for the poor. Education as a central strategy. Making education the central strategy for investing in people, reducing poverty, and building national competitiveness. This strategy shall strengthen the capacity and probability of Filipinos to obtain jobs, increase and develop their knowledge about the society, and increase their capacities and skills for the 21st century. These will help in building and maintaining human capital development, especially among the poor. Advance and protect public health. By advancing and protecting public health, HDPRC shall ensure that the welfare of every family's health and well-being is taken care of through proper nutrition and family planning. Through this, there will be a continuing decrease in infant and maternal mortality rate, hunger, and malnutrition. The strategy also shall improve the condition of the elderly and persons with disability and decrease the number of deaths due to non-communicable diseases like diabetes and heart disease. Enhance social protection. Through enhancing social protection, this strategy shall strengthen the partnerships of government agencies to ensure that the programs and services will help in addressing the basic needs of the underprivileged. This includes the provision of health insurance, adequate wage, livelihood assistance, cash transfers and subsidies, and immediate disaster response to improve the quality of life of the poor. Build capacities and opportunities. By building capacities and opportunities for the agriculture sector, this strategy shall provide adequate support to the agricultural workforce, including marginalized farmers, fisherfolk, and other sectors including women, to create opportunities that will benefit them. Through all these strategies, the government will be able to help the underprivileged Filipinos to escape the bounds of poverty towards a more decent way of life and overall development. Dahil sa Ambisyon 2040, ang buhay nating Pilipino ay matatag, maginhawa, at panatag.
President Rodrigo Duterte will consider Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana's personal suggestion not to extend martial law in Mindanao when it ends on December 31st. Presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo said there is still ample time for the president to decide if he would lift martial law in the region. The defense chief said instead of another extension of military rule, he preferred a stronger version of the Human Security Act of 2007. Lorenzana, however, said he is currently waiting for the recommendation of the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Philippine National Police. Last October 25, National Security Advisor Hermogenes Esperon Jr. said another extension of martial law would no longer be necessary if Congress is able to pass a measure that amends the Human Security Act of 2007. RA 9372 is meant to provide law enforcement and judicial authorities with the legal tools to confront terror threats in the country. Amid the African swine fever that affected local pork meat, the government is urging Filipinos to buy locally produced agricultural products. Agriculture Secretary William Dar said buying local produce, especially rice, can support Filipino farmers. Dar said his department will ensure that local farmers will be competitive as it focuses on increasing the production and also strengthening industrialization anchored on a value chain approach. Meanwhile, food producer Bounty Fresh has also highlighted the benefits of consuming farm-fresh chicken and egg products. It led last month the celebration of World Chicken and Egg Day to raise awareness about the nutritional value of eggs and other chicken products, as well as build appreciation for their contribution to the everyday diet. Chicken is mostly raised in the regions of Central Luzon, Calabarzon, Northern Mindanao, and Western Visayas. These regions accounted for more than half, or 55.5% of the total chicken inventory in the country. In Antique, the local government unit and the local police unit expressed their condemnation on the recruitment of minors by the Communist Party of the Philippines, New People's Army, by holding a rally and covenant signing. Although San Jose de Buena Vista and the entire Antique province is not a target of EO70, Municipal Local Government Operations Officer Irmina Magbanwa said they are also in the process of forming the Municipal Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict, or MTF-LCAC, as a preemptive approach. Deputy Chief of Police Major Raul Bucat also called for public support as they perform their duty to end armed conflict. Mayor Elmer Untaran, in his message at the rally, said that although San Jose de Buena Vista is just considered for rest and recreation, the activity ensures that the capital town is a better place to live and work as they commit to make it insurgent-free. The activity is also meant to show support to the Executive Order Number 70 of President Duterte's institutionalizing the whole-of-nation approach in attaining inclusive and sustainable peace. The Presidential Assistant for the Visayas and Philippine Coast Guard commended a Coast Guard personnel for his heroism during the sinking of MV Siargao Princess last November 7 off Sibonga town due to strong waves. Seaman First Class Ralph Barahan, who hails from Bohol, led efforts to save the 53 passengers and crew of the distressed vessel. It is said to be a joint effort of Barahan and the personnel of other agencies and local government units. As a recognition for his exemplary attitude and courageous act, Barahan will be promoted to Petty Officer Second Class and will be eligible for commissionship to become a Coast Guard officer. Bataan farmers received free palay seeds under the Rice Competitive Enhancement Fund, and 3 were hurt in North Cotabato grenade attack. More on this from Benj Bondok.
In Samar, Bataan, the Philippine Rice Research Institute distributed on Monday free certified palay seeds to farmers. 40 kilograms of free certified seeds are given to farmer beneficiaries for every hectare regardless of the area of rice lands they cultivate. In Dumaguete City, a long overdue rehabilitation project to upgrade the slaughterhouse is now underway. This is to improve hygiene for meat processing and provide a more decent storage area. The said slaughterhouse will accommodate and process an average of 200 heads of hogs, 30 heads of goats, and 20 large animals such as cows, carabaos, and horses daily. In North Cotabato, 3 partygoers, including a minor, were hurt at a birthday party in Alyosan on Monday when 3 unidentified men on board a motorbike lobbed a fragmentation grenade. The grenade attack happened at around 5 p.m. at the residence of the Canto Mayors, where a birthday celebration was being held. Investigation as to the motive and identities of the attackers is still going on. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Benj Bondok.
Up next, at least 6 soldiers were killed in a bombing by the New People's Army in eastern Samar. And lawmakers promote tourism in their districts in a video blog. The PNA Newsroom returns after these reminders.
Sa pag-unlad ng turismo, umangat ang Pilipino. Mga may bahay, nagkahanap buhay. Tagahugas ng pinggan, naging gabay sa karagatan. Isang engineer, napaunlad ang sining ng buong barangay. At ang simpleng magsasagwan, malaki ang tulong sa kalikasan. Silang walang tinig, boses na ng kasaysayan. At ang specialty ni Nanay, ngayoy pinipilahan. Ang best friend ng lahat, naging tour guide na. At ang daan-taong apo, naibida ang kulturang Pilipino. Lunti ang ilog, naging entablado. At katutubong sayaw, napaintak ang buong mundo. Ipagdiwang ang isang dekada ng Tourism Act. Kabuhayan sa turismo, pinauunlad ang bawat Pilipino.
The Department of Science and Technology, or DOST, is hoping to increase its scholars to at least 13,000 in 2020 after a big number of students took the scholarship exam last October. DOST Secretary Fortunato de la Peña said the number of examinees for college freshman scholarships has significantly increased from 80,000 last year to 113,000 last October. De la Peña earlier said providing scholarships has always been among the DOST's priorities to help develop the country's human resources. The department aims to open at least 11,000 slots for next school year. A total of 36,772 scholars are being supported by the DOST in 2018. De la Peña renewed his call for Filipino students to pursue doctorate in science courses and advised them to take advantage of the DOST scholarship grants. Researchers, environmental managers, and other stakeholders converged in Mati City, Davao Oriental as the International Biodiversity Conference 2019 kicked off for a three-day event. The attendees are taking strategic actions in mainstreaming opportunities to capitalize biodiversity from ridge to reef as a tool to safeguard sustainable development for the people. Among the topics to be discussed in the conference are interconnecting ecosystems, sustainable management of biodiversity innovations for biodiversity conservation, sustainable management of biodiversity and food security, interconnecting ecosystems, among others. IBC 2019 will showcase the Mount Hamigitan Range Wildlife Sanctuary, one of the newest UNESCO World Heritage Sites, as well as Pujada Bay landscape and seascape of the city of Mati. In a message by City of Mati Mayor Michelle Nakpil Rabat, represented by Vice Mayor Glenda Rabat Gaita, the city mayor welcomed all the delegates as she expressed hope that the international conference would benefit the city's ultimate goal of protecting and nurturing the environment so that it can be enjoyed by our future generations. At least 6 soldiers were killed and 20 others were wounded when the New People's Army detonated 6 explosives late Monday afternoon and fought with government troops in a remote Pinanagan village in Borongan City, eastern Samar. Initial reports say that the 3 platoons of soldiers from the Philippine Army's 14th Infantry Battalion suffered heavy casualties after the simultaneous explosions followed by a 30-minute gun battle with 50 NPA fighters around 5 p.m. on Monday. Among the fatalities were Sergeant Rex Haldulco, Corporal Ronald Go, Corporal Limar Banog, Private First Class Kent Lloyd Agulio, Private Charlie Del Rosario, and Private First Class Junmar Buranday. A communist terrorist was also killed during the armed encounter. The 20 wounded soldiers were airlifted to Camp Lukban Station Hospital in Catbalogan City in Samar, inside the headquarters of the Philippine Army's 8th Infantry Division. The military has repeatedly condemned the NPA for using landmines in their attacks, as it shows disrespect to basic human rights. The terrorist attack also disregards the comprehensive agreement on respect for human rights and international humanitarian law. Back in Manila, a video blog called CONG-TOUR was launched in a bid to promote tourism in the Philippines. Laguna Representative Sol Aragones said, CONG-TOUR will show the congressmen's active involvement in the promotion of tourism in their districts aside from fulfilling their lawmaking functions. Aragones highlighted the positive impact of a booming tourism, saying it expands job opportunities in the province. Data from the Philippine Statistics Authority, or PSA, show that tourism accounts for 13% share of job sources in the Philippines, or roughly 5.4 million jobs. The CONG-TOUR vlog is hosted by Aragones along with fellow legislators. The vlog showcases each province's unique food and local delicacies, as well as their most popular tourist destinations. You may access the CONG-TOUR vlog on YouTube. In Rosales, Pangasinan, a magical glass house Christmas mall centerpiece has been launched to boost tourism this Yuletide season. The centerpiece is a 33-foot glass house with a giant music box and a ballerina dancing at the middle, painted with gold and red colors, perfect for selfies or family pictures. It was formally launched on November 8 with performance of the Perkins Twins and Ballet Baguio. Municipal Tourism Officer Ayla Cerradoy said the annual centerpieces of the SM City Mall attract more local tourists from the eastern and central parts of the province. Other holiday activities in SM Rosales include Skydance drone show on December 21st and fireworks display on December 25th. Let's now check out the weather forecast from Pagasa.
Magandang hapon sa ating lahat. Narito update natin sa bagyong si Ramon at sa magiging lagay na ating panahon sa susunod na 24 oras. Huli nating namataan ng sentro nitong Tropical Depression Ramon sa layong 670 kilometers silangan ng Borongan, Eastern Samar, at yung taglay na lakas ng hangin niya umaabot pa rin sa 55 kilometers per hour malapit sa sentro nito, at yung pagbugso niya ay nasa 70 kilometers per hour. At mabagal nga po ang kanyang pagkilos pakanluran. At kung makikita natin dito sa ating latest satellite image na yung rain bands o yung cloudiness nitong bagyong si Ramon ay nakaka-apekto na dito sa may buong bahagi ng Kabisayaan, pati na rin dito sa may Mindoro Provinces, Romblon, Marinduque, dito rin sa may Surigao at sa may Dinagat Islands. Kaya asahan po natin dyan na sa susunod na 24 oras, makakaranas po dyan na maulap na kalangitan na may kalat-kalat na may hina hanggang sa katamtamang mga pag-ulan. Samantalang umiiral pa rin ang northeast monsoon natin dito sa may northern at central Luzon. Kaya ang nalalabing bahagi po ng Luzon kasama ang Metro Manila ay makulimlim na panahon pa rin nating naasahan. Then may posibilidad po na may hinang mga pag-ulan. Samantalang dito sa Mindanao po, sa malaking bahagi ng Mindanao, ay fair weather condition po ang ating naasahan maliban sa mga isolated o yung mga pulupulong mga pag-ulan lamang sa hapon at sa gabi. At nakataas nga po ang ating tropical cyclone wind signal number 1 dito sa may eastern Samar, pati na rin sa may eastern portion ng northern Samar. Ibig sabihin po niya na sa susunod po na 36 hours ay posible pong makaranas ng may pagbugso ng hangin. Kaya patuloy natin pinapayuhan yung ating mga kababayan dyan na nakatira po dito sa may eastern na Visayas na mag-ingat po dahil posible po yan makaranas ng pagbugso ng hangin na may kasama rin po yan ng mga pag-ulan.
Here's another look at today's biggest stories.
Senator Tito Sotto finds no point in asking the United States and the United Nations for help in the war on drugs. Malacanang says President Duterte is looking into the possible lifting of martial law in Mindanao. At least 6 soldiers were killed in a bombing by the New People's Army in eastern Samar. And lawmakers promote tourism in their districts in a video blog.
Thank you for watching another edition of the PNA Newsroom. To check out these and other stories, visit the PNA website or follow the Philippine News Agency on Facebook and Twitter. For more stories about the government and how it serves the Filipinos, look for these hashtags in all of our social media platforms and websites. We are shown on the pages of the PCOO and its attached agencies. Also, catch us on television on PTV4 and IBC13. And that's your daily dose of the latest news and information that you need to know. From the PNA Newsroom, I am William Theo. Good day.